Hey everybody, and thanks for joining my garden. You're here, my backyard garden, raised bed area where I'm converting it to a micro orchard. That's right. In these two 24 by 4 foot beds, I'm going to be planting a total of 8 fruit trees. I have already planted my 2 peach trees. I'm in the process of planting my pear trees. Next will be apples, and then the last 2, well, we'll just have to wait and see what I decide. I've got a lot of options, and who knows which direction I'm going to go. But what I will tell you is I will be doing my selections from TN Nursery. That's right. I've teamed up with TN Nursery, link provided in the YouTube video description, and their product is just superior quality. I've ordered a lot of Bareroot trees over the years. Everywhere I've lived, I've planted trees. And when I was looking at TN Nursery's website, I seen that they were offering a promotion to buy one get one free, and I thought, hey, I can save a couple $100 based on some of the other companies I've been looking at. I was looking at spending about $250, $300 on the same trees, and I was able to get these 6 trees delivered to my door for about $113. And that's not a special pricing, that's just the pricing straight off of their website. So I'm really happy with their quality. I did an unboxing video, and the quality of their trees, they're nice. They've got a really nice central leader to them, the ones that needed a central leader. The peach trees that are to an open center, they had some really nice foundational growing out of the nursery. So I'm really excited. They had some really nice root health on them. You can tell easily where they were grown at in the nursery. You want to plant them at that same height. I'm just really happy with what I'm seeing from the first initial order that I placed. So, well, let's quit talking about it and let's get these things planted. I've already got my locations marked with a stake you just seen me pull out. First thing I want to do is I want to just place that rootstock over that hole and just kind of eyeball how big that hole needs to be. You want to make sure you're not damaging any of the roots upon planting, so you want to make sure you oversize that hole a little bit. That's going to really ensure a good healthy tree, especially in the first year, but as things continue to grow and mature, a good healthy root system, it's going to be more resistant to disease because it's going to be a healthier tree, and everybody knows if something's healthier, it can combat anything that's thrown at it. It's also going to be able to withstand any drought stresses, which I'll be sure to make sure that these trees don't have any drought stress. They'll be right in my backyard, so I'll be able to water them. Now, if you had them planted at a remote location, maybe water's not easily accessible, you'd be even more concerned about making sure that they get off to a good start at the beginning. Like I said, a good root system is really going to be important for the long-term success of that tree. You need to go just a little bit deeper for this guy. It's got some really nice roots on there, and we want to make sure that we give them all the room we can. There we go. Looking good. This here's a Moonglow pear. I just got done planting the kefir. Really excited about these varieties. They should do really well here in my area of zone 6B. So now that I know I'm about at the root level or the planting level it was in the nursery, I want to take some of this lighter soil and start backfilling. There was a little bit of deeper clay in this hole as I was digging, but I want to start with some of this lighter stuff. A lot of those roots on this bare rootstock are really fine, and we want to go ahead and make sure we get that really finer soil that's gonna do well against those finer root hairs. Then we can start coming in with a little bit of the heavier stuff closer to the top, mixing it in. This bed I've been growing in for a couple years now. It's done really well. I've been very pleased with it as far as veg production. So I'm super excited at seeing what kind of fruit production I get from this soil here in a few years. But you want to go ahead and make sure it gets good and compact. You don't want any air gaps in there because you want to make sure the rootstock stays good and moist. It's very important with the Bareroot system. You don't want the roots drying out at all. So This soil's here is good and moist. We've had about 5.5 inches of rain over the last 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. So we're not boggy. This is a raised bed, so we don't have to worry about the feet staying too wet per se, or the roots. But it does hold its moisture well. So if I was trying to grow in ground like over there, for example, it would just be a boggy mess. I can see just a little bit of standing water where my kids have been playing. Fortunately, in these raised bed situations, you can eliminate a lot of that. You can control your moisture level by watering on a regular basis. You can mulch with leaves like I have here, and you don't have to worry about getting excess moisture because raised beds do such a good job at draining all that excess off. So if you're considering growing fruit trees in a raised bed or a raised bed, definitely consider you taking a look at that. So this is our little micro orchard. We're gonna, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're gonna have about 8 trees in this area. I already have my blackberries over there. I planted those about 13 years ago, and they're doing just absolutely fantastic. They have been for years now. So, well, this is it for this little Moonglow pear tree. It's ready to go. Now it just needs to know when spring gets here, and we'll start getting a little bit of growth, and we'll be doing some update videos showing you how you do your pruning. We might end up doing a little bit of staking. We'll just have to wait and see. But these whips, or these little bitty, these 4-foot Bareroot tree stalks, they look really good. Nice caliper on that main leader there. I'm really happy with that. If we end up needing to stake these trees or anything, I'll bring you along for that as well. But it looks like these are going to be really, really nice. If anything, we might stake them for the first growing season, just to make sure that we don't have any issues. We do have kids in the yard and different things of that nature. You want to make sure that you're not putting your trees through any stress that they don't need to be going through. So, well, from my garden to yours, I hope you're having a nice off season, doing some planting. If you're planning on planting some fruit trees, be sure you check out Tia Nursery, okay? Well, that's all for today. Have a good one.